wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stat of You, the podcast where I, Phil, turn my friend Tom into the greatest stay to be over 30 years old, I assume. How's it going, Tom?
Oh, pretty good. Do you assume that I am like that? Why? I'm confused.
I just assume that the majority of stay is under 30 years old.
Oh, okay, right.
So, like,
I'm like, are you assuming that I'm over 30? Because you know that I am. So,
right? No. The assumption is that I assume that we can make you the greatest over 30 because you're not going to be the greatest under 30 because like teens have lots of time to devote to stray kids.
Right. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be true. In a couple years. If you know
it's
what I
gonna take some time. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. But on that front, we do have good news because we got some mail-in. Both of us got mail-in.
Yeah,
we got all our albums. We got our plushies. What do you want to talk about first? Oh, and for this episode, we watched episodes 2 and 3 of the 9th season 4. So
right,
we're really on top of things for once.
Yeah,
I feel like. Yeah.
Man,
you've been dying to talk about the plush, so
okay.
And we're not actually like chronologically, like we're not when the plushes came out, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, does it? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't think so at all.
Are you sure that it doesn't relate to anything that's current?
Well, the only thing, the only thing that is, oops, I dropped a thing. The only thing that is somewhat related, but not really. Well, wait a minute. I don't know. Okay, so here. Okay. They do some stuff for promoting these plushies and various other goods. There's lots of other stuff in this like series of animals representing stray kids, and it's called a specific thing, but we'll get to that. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the plushie you have in front of you, over anything else. So that plushie, what do you think? It's the Changbean one,
right?
And it looks just like him.
Yeah, like almost identical. It's crazy how they got his likeness. Like,
yeah, it's so nice.
Perfect,
I love it.
You know,
I like how he's got a little bit of hair in front of one of his eyes. It's so adorable.
Right. For anyone who does not know, the plush, we are being 100% facetious. It does not look like him at all.
It does.
No.
It does. It looks just like him.
Also, do you have a plush? You have a plush, right?
Yes, I have the same one. I got the same one.
You got the Changbean one?
Uh-huh.
Did you know that you can take the shirt off?
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Look, here's the thing. They've released multiple outfits for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're extra. They cost more. But yeah, they've released one that was in a series that made them look like old-timey Sherlock Holmesian detectives. They released one that makes them look like a couple of the music videos that they've have released recently. So yeah, there's outfits, and then the fandom knows that there's like a certain size of doll clothes that fit them, and so you can actually just go and buy like third-party doll clothes and dress up your characters. And people do that all the time.
Yeah,
because it's fun.
The recommended age for these is over 3 years old. So I mean, I guess technically I fall into that category.
You do. I hope you won't swallow anything on there.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it's over 3 years old because it's not like it has button eyes or anything. There's nothing that really can come off of there unless they think his little piggy tail could come off.
The little piggy tail, yeah, with the little it's got like a spring or something in it.
Yeah, so it's Jeanette's favorite part is the tail because okay, so what the plush is for Changbean, his like nickname from Stay is and within the group is Dwaeki, and it's like a shortening of a word that a phrase that means pig rabbit. It's like a combination pig rabbit, like how we have like a jackalope, right? It's a pig rabbit. and so it's like a shortening of that because he has features. He both is someone who eats, like you notice that he stuffs the food in his face. Han is the one that stuffs it into his cheeks, but like he'll eat a lot. Like Changbin is known for being like the person who like eats like full meals late at night. Like everyone else, like Bang Chan's getting home from producing music, and Changbin's eating a full meal at 4 a.m. But so he's known for that, but he's also known for being like super adorable, like a rabbit. And so he, you know, has kind of like the two of them combined together, and they all have different animal plushies. And not all of them are like, oh, it's because their personality is like this or that. Sometimes it's like IN is a Fennekin fox because he looks like a fox. Like that's what he looks like. So it's a good one. But yeah, it's good. I feel like Changbin's is the most unique animal out of the bunch. I mean, they all look great. They all look cute and fun. But he was the one that we were definitely going to get first when the opportunity struck. And like when we were pretty new as stays, myself and Jeanette, my wife, they were available, and I didn't buy them because I was like, oh man, I don't know, like over $30 for a plush. It just doesn't seem like something I would do. And then like when they announced that they were going to release a new batch of them because they sold out, I was like, I'm gonna check every single day until I can get one. And we did, and you were able to get one too. And I'll tell you what, they all sold out again. Wow. So I'm glad you got one because you can't get them now. Right. I'm sure that they might do another batch because, you know, they were such popular selling items, but yeah, it's pretty great.
So is this, I thought that this was a pre-order, right? This one.
Yeah. So we pre-ordered it like 3 months ahead of the actual release of them. Right. But even the pre-order sold out. So yeah.
Now, is this like an exclusive version, or is this the one that
this is the original? So they basically did a reprint. And the pre-order was for the reprint because the original order sold out. So. Right. And in between, they had released a couple of different outfits, and of course, like we didn't have a plush yet, so we were gonna buy any outfits. But yeah. Yeah. It was it's cute. I love it. I love the little springy tail. I love his poiky pink ears. And like if you actually feel it, it's so soft. Yeah. Like it feels nicer than all the plushies that we have for our kids. And Jeanette was like, I will let them touch it and they can give it a hug once in a while, but this is my plush and they can't have it. And she had to have like a conversation with Michelle, and she was like, now Michelle, this is not your plushie. This is Mama's plushie, okay? You can give him a hug, but you cannot have him in bed with you, okay? And she was like, okay. She's really cute. Yeah, so and that's held true so far. Like we're weak parents. If she really demanded, she was like, I want Dwaeki, we'd be like, okay. But she's been good. So no problems there. Yeah. Yeah. So it's great. I love it. Oh man, for my next one, because I imagine I'll get one eventually, another one. I'm not sure if I want to get the Bang Chan one or if I'm gonna have to do the Minho one. But I really want the Felix one too. I want all just of them. All but it's so expensive. Yeah. Because I'd have to buy a lot. So yeah.
You know what?
What?
I'm putting my critical thinking skills to use here.
No, don't do that.
I think you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no. Okay. Go ahead.
Well, no. I mean, I don't have to since you know.
You can. It's fine. I know.
Well, I'm just thinking about, because you know what's been on my mind. Mm-hmm. Who would do such a thing?
Who would do such a what thing?
You know the thing.
Oh, right, the future thing. Right.
Who would do that?
Oh, so you've been trying to isolate, and now I've given you at least four people who did not. So you're narrowing down the suspects. I will tell you when we get to the episode where we're going to talk about that, and we're not that far off, really.
Okay.
Because like we have one more episode in IMU, and then we're on to the next series of mini albums, and it happens like when the third one of those. So we only have 2 mini albums of content until we get there, and it's gonna fucking blow your mind and piss you off. I think. So yeah,
well,
it's.
I assume, based on this plushie, that Changbin is safe, and that's all I care about.
Yep, you're right. So that's fine, and don't ask any more questions.
Which is really
don't
good
probe
because,
me.
like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, who would be the one to do it? And I'm like, I hope it's not Changbin. Like, why?
Well, he's it could be reasonable, right? He's a great rapper. He's like, he can write, he can produce and stuff. So like, it could be reasonable that he would want to go solo. But no, like you're right. He's safe. We have a plush to prove it.
Yeah.
So all right, he's safe. Yeah. So it's pretty good. So do you want to talk about the 9th season 4 episode 2? It was kind of a continuation of the last episode. So they were still having like a fun day out, and they had to still keep up all the rules that they had previously. Like some of them had to hold hands, some of them had to refer themselves in the third person using formal language, and then other ones had to use nicknames for themselves, or else they would get a sticker on their face. Mostly, it really didn't come into play except for when Changbin messed up one time because of. No, it wasn't Changbin. It was Hyunjin, right? Hyunjin messed up? Yeah. He got a sticker on his nose, which was hilarious. So they were going to Nami Island, which is apparently an island. I don't know anything else about it.
Yep.
There were ducks on the way.
And
they saw some ostriches, which was cool. And they had some sausages that looked fucking fly as hell. Those sausages were legit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because, like, you know, I live near a place that's famous for sausages, and I don't know if have you ever had an Elgin sausage?
Yes. Have I?
Okay, they are coarse ground sausages.
I don't know. Maybe you can't buy them in the store, can you?
I think there are some places that do sell them.
Okay.
Like Elgin sausage, and it's from like there's like 2 barbecue places in Elgin that both like lay claim to having the quote unquote Elgin sausage. And I went to one of them one time. Both of them do it like in a similar fashion where they have coarse ground sausage, and it was the grossest sausage I've ever had.
Really?
And that's when I learned, like, really, when I want sausage, I want it as finely ground as you can possibly get it. I want that shit packed like a fucking hot dog. Okay. I don't want to be able to discern. I want to discern spices from meat and nothing else. That's it. Like, so if I see some pepper in there, I see some other herbs or whatever, perfect. The rest of it's meat. It's all congealed together. But this was like literally chunks inside of a casing, and it was like the worst thing I've ever had. Anyway, the sausage they had was on a stick, and it looked really fine, and I fucking would have loved to eat that. It looked really good. But how they got to the island was interesting. So they had 2 options. They could take a zip line all the way across like a little river to this island, or they could take a boat and just ride on a boat across a little bay to this island where they could hang out and stuff and have fun.
Man, I would have taken the zip line, like 100%.
I would have taken the zip line. Yeah, and like if somebody was like, "Hey, Phil, do you want to go zip lining?" I would say no.
Right.
Absolutely not. But if I'm there and it's like, okay, you can take a boat or you can zip line, I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'll zip line.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a choice I would make proactively, but I would make it
And,
while I'm there.
you know, worst case scenario, you could do both.
It's true, because you could always boat. I mean, you're gonna boat back, so.
Well, I meant like if
You
the
mean like
zip
you
line
get to the
fails,
top and get scared?
No, if the
yeah.
zip line fails, like you just end up in the water, and the boat will come pick you up. Like
That's true.
So,
but have you ever tried to swim in all of your clothes?
Yes.
In a parka, because they were wearing parkas.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm in the Navy.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. But you've swam once or twice.
Yeah.
I assume.
In boot camp, they make you one of the like tests that they do in the pool is to like use your coveralls to make an air pocket while floating so that you can breathe underwater.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You look, if they would have had a hot tub, I would have been a master class. Did you ever do that? You ever go in a hot tub and like turn on the bubbles and then breathe the bubbles that are coming out of the bubble thing?
No. I've never
my parents had a hot tub when I was growing up, and so like that was like a thing that we would do. And I like think back on it and I'm like, how terrified would you be as a parent to like walk out and all of your kids are gone and they've been under the water for like a few minutes? Like, wouldn't that be like awful and terrifying? Because that's what we would do. We'd, like, you can't see anything because like the bubbles are causing so much like ruffling at the top of the water that it's blocking any view into the water.
Right.
And we're all like, me and my brother and like one of the friends down the street all figured out how to do it. And you basically just get your mouth like right where the bubbles are like coming out, because it's like pumping air from outside into it, and you just breathe in that air and you can breathe.
Jesus.
Yeah, but like I think back on it, I'm like, why the fuck did we do that? Like, why would we do that? Like, what if we drowned? What if you just like accidentally breathed the little water and drowned?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well,
like,
you wouldn't drown from doing that.
It wouldn't be that.
But also, you
right.
can stand up.
Right. Yeah, you would stand up and cough a little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably the most likely scenario. But I'm just saying, like, we were kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I think about that kind of stuff more and more because I'm a parent,
right?
And
oh my god,
I think about all of the crazy shit that I did as a kid.
Yes,
like, oh my
exactly.
god.
Yeah, no, I think about even right like now. I'm not a parent yet, and I still think about like that kind of shit, like the things that I used to get up to that my parents still have no idea about, and I'm like,
yeah,
if my kids ever did that, oh my god.
Like, yeah, it would be just a fucking nightmare. Yeah. Anyway, so Lino famously is afraid of heights, and so he talked to Han and was like, "Look, if you go on the zip line, I'll go on the zip line." And Han was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going on the zip line." And then a few minutes later, it cuts. Han has decided to take the boat. He is not going on the zip line.
Yeah,
but Lino did go on the zip line, and I was really proud of him, even though it was hilarious him trying to like climb up to where they actually strap him in. Like he was like going super slow, climbing up onto the little block that he has to stand on. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
And who else went on the boat? It was Han and Felix, and was it Hyunjin? Did Hyunjin go?
I was not paying attention.
I think. Oh no, it was Sungmin. Sungmin took the boat too. Hyunjin did go on the zip line. So everybody else went on the zip line and had a good time. I thought that Minho going across and like death gripping the straps while he like went in and didn't move the entire way. He like zipped past Bangchan, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, like how did that happen?
I don't know. I think it was just the position of his body, like because he had his legs straight out, so he was going like full speed, whereas Bangchan kind of had his legs hanging down, more drag, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a zipline engineer, so I'm not sure. But yeah, it was fun. I thought it was a fun episode, and once they actually got there, they got to hang out. They had some snacks, and they saw some ostriches that they mocked a little bit. So yeah, it was good.
Look,
all good.
I think we should open the albums.
Oh, let's do it.
I've been sitting here holding it, and I've been like slowly peeling away the plastic, and I'm like, I just want to open it already.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know if I can get mine open. This one for me has been waiting a while because when we ordered our copies of I Am Who and Mixtape, I ordered this with it. So I've actually had this one. It's all the rest of the albums that I had ordered. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, I got a hole. Ooh.
Mine, I don't know if yours is gonna have this, but mine, like the first couple pages is like this mirror kind of thing, and the left page is blank, and the right page has like writing on it that is backwards, so you have to use the other page to like read it.
I can see that the first page says I am, and the next one says you, and then in the next one, you are correct. It has backwards writing, and it says I see me in you.
Yeah, in a mirror kind of fashion.
Yeah, in a mirror. Who do you have standing there in front of the mirror? Because I'm going to assume they're different.
Oh. IN.
Okay, then maybe they're not different, because I also have IN.
Well, this will be a test of my ability to distinguish between the members. Is he wearing shorts that have like zippers?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure is. Yeah.
And
so
like
you're getting better.
All right. And shin length black socks.
He sure is.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Nailed it.
Cool.
All right. Should we flip right to our photo cards?
Yes, indeed.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
Where are they?
Here we go. I got a QR code. Lots of QR codes. Oh my goodness! All right, so we got three. We got 3 cards. One is larger than the other 2.
Yeah.
Who is on your large card?
Lino.
Oh my goodness, Lino. I have Sungmin. He looks
right.
pretty good. He's doing a little bit of a asymmetrical tuck with his shirt. You'll see the pictures. I'll link to it. I guess.
Yeah.
Who did you get? Do you have one that has 2 or more members in the picture? Okay, who do you have in your picture? Oh, here we go.
Oh no.
Oh, I guess I know what game we're playing on the next episode.
Okay. I'm going to do process of elimination. Wait.
Okay.
Is that maybe it's IN and Hyunjin? Maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
And then the other one, I have no idea.
You have no idea on your other one? It says their name in the top left, right above their head.
It's the same person. No, it does not. Mine do not.
Does it not?
No.
Mine says the name right in the top left corner of the third picture, the smaller picture of just one member.
Mine do not. I'm pretty sure. All right, you're gonna tell me if I'm wrong. But
okay.
So my big one is Lino, and then my one that's just a single one is the same person that appears with IN in the other one. So I will send you the pictures now. Where is my? There it is. Okay. And you'll tell me how wrong I am.
Or right. You could be right. And okay, so for my couple picture, we'll call it a couple picture, I have Han and Changbin.
Of course you have Changbin. Why wouldn't you have Changbin? You always get him.
Okay, all right. But for my single picture, I have Changbin.
You motherfucker.
I don't plan this. I've had this for so long.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. All right, I'm gonna send to our Discord. I'm gonna send a picture of mine, and yeah, you can send yours. Yeah, you're right. That's Hyunjin.
Man, I'm good.
You can tell by his lips.
I'm so not confident in my ability.
Yeah.
But
you should be. You were fine. You got it. Here's mine. The boys. They look so good.
You son of a bitch.
I know. It's unbelievable. I don't know how I keep pulling Changbins, but here we are.
That's a great pull.
It is a great pull, and I'm happy with that. And anytime you get a Sungmin, that's pretty lucky. That's good. You always like to have a Sungmin. All right, I'm gonna take these photo cards. I'm gonna pop them back in. I'll flip around a little bit. I'm just gonna take a little gander here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some flipping through. Check out the photos of the boys.
Oh yeah, they are going places. Oh yeah, I like these group photos. They're good. You make Stray Kids stay.
Yeah, that's the tagline or
Yeah,
whatever.
Stray Kids everywhere, all around the world. You make Stray Kids stay. That's the full Monty. Did you ever see that movie, The Full Monty?
No.
Oh,
Is there a sequel to it?
I don't think so. I mean, I hope not. It was about a bunch of British guys who are old and out of shape, strip teasing.
Oh, okay. I don't care about that.
No, it's good. It's a really good movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
They're gonna do the full Monty, as it were.
Hyunjin has a little freckle under his left eye.
Yes.
That's how I'm gonna distinguish him from now on.
Well, it might be hard to see sometimes though, because he'll wear makeup,
No.
so you might not see it. Just saying. Sometimes they're gonna have dramatic makeup, and you won't see it, but you'll get used to them, and they all find their style eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, these boys are looking good. I think we have the same version of IMU.
Yeah, I think so.
It seems like it's kind of like, oh man, I don't even know what to call its color. Like orange, pink, mauve.
Yeah, it's an interesting color.
Yeah,
not really sure, but yeah,
I like it.
It looks like we have the same copy.
Yep. I can't wait to. I don't know if we actually listened to mixtape 3.
No,
I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
It's a CD exclusive, but of course people put it up online. But I don't think we've listened to it. But it's okay because we have the CDs. Like we could just listen to it whenever we feel like it.
Yeah,
so that's gonna be awesome. I'm so happy with my cards. I think they look great.
Of course, you're happy with your cards. You son of a bitch.
Look, I love Hyunjin as well. So I like you're good. Like you're. I know that currently, and it's been a while since we checked in about that. Are you still number one, Changbin? Has anyone risen in the ranks for you?
No.
Okay.
Changbin number 1.
Changbin number 1, Bangchan number 2 still?
Yeah. Felix number 3.
Okay. Felix number 3.
Well,
right.
Felix and Woojin, they're kind of tied.
Kinda tied?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah, they do different things in the group, and to the group dynamic. So yeah, that makes sense. All right, well that was fun. Okay,
what does Woojin's plushie look like?
It's I think his animal's a bear.
I see.
Yeah.
So we got Woojin, we got Bangchan, we got Sungmin.
Yeah. Don't you fucking stop that. All right. I'm not telling you anything else. All right. I'm not telling you anything. All right. Anyway, so back to the 9th, season 4, episode 2. After they finished their day at Nami Island, they went to go stay somewhere. They didn't really show where they were, but they had like a whole big like downstairs floor to themselves that had like mattresses laid out all next to each other, so they could all sleep in one big room.
Yeah.
And then they had to go up and change into pajamas and do a little fashion show, a little dance as they came down the stairs. And so it was fun and cute. They somehow managed to get back into their groups from the 3-3-3 challenge of the survival show again, and I feel like that still happens from time to time. Like it's really interesting that it's kind of worked that way, that the dynamic has still fallen along those lines.
And they don't talk about that. So if you did not watch the survival show, you would be
right.
You would not understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, you'd be like, why is this the Glow team?
Yeah.
Why is this team Glow? Yeah,
and the 4419 or whatever the.
Yeah, 4419. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow, nailed it.
Yeah. So like they just refer to them as those groups. So if you had not watched the survival show, you'd be like, what? Why?
And again, like,
But
the thing is that this was in 2019, right? Because we're now in February of 2019 of the content that we're watching right now.
Uh-huh.
The survival show aired at the end of 2017. So, it's been a long time since that aired.
Yeah.
So it is kind of interesting that they still keep that up. And of course, like, if you're a diehard fan, you've seen it. Although there are stays now in current day, not now where we're watching, but current day stays who have never watched the survival show because they can't deal with the sadness that happens.
Yeah.
And I get that, but like, it's fun. It's fun, and like, it's like a whole experience. And then when you're watching other Stray Kids content, like, they reference it constantly. So of course. So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was cool. So then they go to sleep, and Bong Chan
didn't they have
tells
dinner?
them,
they ate food, right? In this episode, or was that next episode?
That was in this episode?
Yeah.
You're so right.
And
man.
they never followed
so
up
much
on.
happened in 18 minutes.
They never followed up
noodles.
on Ian's making the noodles. Yeah, like
Ian was making noodles and couldn't figure out how to get. They had an induction cooktop, and he was trying to boil water on it, and it just never happened. And so I just think they didn't have noodles. I didn't see anyone eat a single noodle. So
yeah,
I don't think it happened. And they had a lot of pork neck. I remember that when they went to the store and they bought pork neck, that was the meat that they bought, and they bought a lot of it. And I was just like, I was literally like Googling on my phone, like, is pork neck just called something different here? But no, it's not. It's just that, like, pork neck is a common cut that they use to make bacon. And so I don't know. I guess you could think of it like, obviously there's pork belly too, gets used for bacon, but like, if you get a pack of bacon, it may be slices pork neck, actually.
Oh.
So, because you don't know where they cut that from.
You know what? Speaking of food, let's take a moment, because I saw this picture that you sent me earlier, and I was like, what? Whoa. Why would you eat this?
Oh my god,
this crepe.
Yeah,
this little.
Yeah, we're going back in time to when we talked about when they had crepes in Japan.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, I've had crepes before, but only like a Costco brand crepe.
Man, this crepe looks disgusting. It looks so pathetic. You show this to me, like, you send me this picture, and I'm like,
yeah,
what? Whoa. Why would anyone buy this, much less eat it?
Because it tastes like chocolate and nothing else. So it's really just a vehicle for chocolate. That's really the idea. I mean, and it is like a little fluffy crepe, but I don't know. It's
chocolate hazelnut filling.
Yeah, so I guess it's just Nutella.
Nutella on a
like third party Nutella on a crepe.
Yeah, on a little tortilla.
Yeah, it's basically on a.
What is a crepe actually made of? It's egg?
Yeah, it's egg.
Is it?
Literally, yeah, it's just a really, like, you just take an egg on like a griddle and you make it super thin.
Hang on.
And then you fold it up.
No.
Yeah.
Crepe.
That's what crepes are.
Is a very thin pancake.
Is it a pancake?
Yeah.
I thought it was all egg. I mean, there's egg in it.
Yeah, sure.
But I thought it was all egg.
There's sweet crepes and savory. A word that I'm not gonna try to pronounce. It's French. Crepes are served with a variety. Blah 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 blah. I want to know though, like, what goes into a crepe. In order to make an evenly thin crepe, it is crucial to have a batter without lumps. After whisking the batter, let it rest for half an hour or overnight to let the bubbles from whisking disappear from the batter. Some people mix the batter to a fine consistency by using a blender or mixer. No shit. Why wouldn't you? Oh. All right. Well, that's cool.
Well, that's helpful to know, because I honestly thought it was all. I thought it was all egg. I just thought I was eating like a sheet of egg with chocolate inside, and I was just like, I'm sure they put sugar in it and shit, but. Yeah, it is helpful to know that it is actually like more of a pancake that's super thin.
So I guess if you wanted to make a crepe, just make your pancake batter and then let it sit in the fridge overnight.
Whisk it like a motherfucker,
right?
And then let it rest so all the bubbles come out,
right?
And then spread it super thin,
yeah,
and fold that shit. Put some fruit in it and some chocolate or Nutella. You just put some Nutella and roll it up,
dude.
It's like an adult fruit roll up. It's got no fruit.
Well, you
just
can put
like a
fruit in
roll-up.
it. Yeah. Put make a crepe. Slather.
I'm saying my Costco crepe. Not one you make at home.
Right.
My Costco crepe is like a fruit roll up in that it does not contain fruit and is just something sweet that you just shove in your mouth.
Yeah.
So,
you know what? I need to get groceries soon, so maybe what I'll do is I'll get some stuff.
Look for a Saint Michel chocolate French crepe.
No, I meant like I'll get the ingredients to make my own crepes.
Make
an
actual crepe
and get some like strawberries and Nutella and like maybe some blueberries. You know.
Yeah, why not? And then you'll take a picture of that and we'll tweet it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Why not?
I mean, I make food all the time, so we could post my my food pictures. Did you see that?
Yeah.
See that that soup that I made that I posted in?
I did see that soup you made.
Yeah.
It looked like a chicken noodle soup of some kind.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Although
it looked pretty thick.
Yeah, Anna doesn't like it when I put heavy cream in the soups that I make.
Yeah.
But I think it really sets it off. You know, like.
Okay, well, I instantly don't believe you. So if you tell me it sets it off, I'm on Anna's team. Heavy cream will not set off a soup, and I refuse. I refuse. Absolutely refuse.
Now, I'm not going to deny that like it would be fine without it, but I just feel like the color will not look. It won't look like that unless you put the cream in it. And the cream,
does it have to have that color? Is that necessary?
No, but it thickens it up a little bit, and I prefer it thick with 3 C's.
Well, if it's thick, is it more of a stew then at that point? Is it chicken noodle stew?
I don't want to get into the semantics of it. It's soup, okay?
Okay, all right. Sure, if you say so.
Actually,
I don't know. I'm not the chef in this house.
I'm curious now. Stew versus soup. Tell me versus chowder also. Yeah. Tell me.
No.
Soup is any combination of ingredients cooked in liquid. Stew is any dish that's prepared by stewing, that is, submerging the ingredients with just enough liquid to cook them through at a simmer. Okay, so it's a soup still, even though it's thick.
If you say so. I don't know.
That's what this website says.
Yeah,
Pillsbury.
Potato.
Pillsbury.com.
Right, Pillsbury, I've never heard of them. I don't accept them as an authority over my food choices.
Yeah.
In my food land, which is vast and small, a soup is thin and a stew is thick, and that's it. And that's kind of true because if you're stewing something the way that this unknown entity Pillsbury saying,
right,
if you cook it that way, like, and you have a lot of ingredients and a little bit of water and you cook it down, you like render it, it becomes thicker because there's less water and more like solid ingredients. So it does become thicker than what you would get in a soup, which would just be, water cooking things, and then the water is still the main ingredient, right?
Yeah. So I didn't use any water in this soup. I only used...
So it's a stew!
Well, I mean, I guess there's water in it. I used a broth,
Uh-huh. How much broth? Was it a thin layer?
I used two paper cartons. I don't know what that equals to, and I don't measure.
I have no idea.
Did you read my...
You don't measure? Yeah, I guess I read maybe the first step, and I was like, nah, I don't cook, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't. When I bake, you have to measure. But when I cook, I just kind of like throw shit in and like hope it turns out good. And usually it does.
Not when you use heavy cream for Anna, though. So,
no. Well, yeah, she didn't like it, but whatever. I liked it. That was just more soup for me,
I guess more stew for you. You're right.
What did I say here? Oh, yeah. Okay, so step 5. After a few minutes of the veggies being cooked, turn the heat to high and sprinkle in a dash of flour. Mix that shit up. Then add the chicken broth. I use 2 of those paper containers. I don't know how much that is, but it actually doesn't matter. Use as much broth as you want, but put it in now and then mix it up.
Wow.
That's step 5.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It actually doesn't matter, though. You could use... Well, I mean, I guess you don't want to, use too much because you're going to have to put the chicken back in when you're done. And, well, actually, yeah. Yeah. Once the broth is at a boil, then that's when you put the chicken in. So you don't want too much that like when you put the chicken back in, it overflows. But I would say I used less broth than I should have it could go one of either way. Either I used too little broth or I used too many noodles because the noodles like soaked up a lot of it and then there wasn't too much juice left,
Sure.
I mean, there was enough that it was still a soup, but
if you say so.
I think next time I make it, I'll just use less noodles so that there's more brothy stuff.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the cooking scene was fun. I always enjoy them. They didn't dwell on it for too long because there was a lot going on between the kitchen where they were cutting up all the vegetables and stuff. A trend has begun where everybody participates, but Lino is the go-to for questions with cooking. But I think Bangchan and maybe even Changbin enjoy the grilling aspect. Like they were outside grilling all the meat, but it seemed like every scene where somebody was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to do this, like the person who was there with them guiding them along was Lino, and I think that continues. That's going to be a common trend because I feel like it's not the first time we've seen it. I think it's going to continue. So
right,
yeah, fun. Love that. Food is good. It made me really hungry. I'm definitely going to have to go like eat something after we're done here because like I just watched them eat all this food, so now I'm just hungry.
And then you're thinking about my chicken noodle stew.
Yes, that's right, the chicken noodle stew. You're correct. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's talk about the next episode. So the next episode was they got to go to a VR arcade, which like. It was cool.
Yeah.
And they had fun and they were having fun, but like I could not help but keep like looking, being like, those are just like actual, like it's not like a custom arcade or anything. Like they had some things that seemed pretty custom, like the chairs and stuff that would move along with like a roller coaster.
Right.
But then like they were just running it off of Windows.
Yeah.
Like it kept, after they were done with an experience or a game, like the monitor would just like go back to Windows, like default Windows. And I was just like, that's kind of sketch, I feel like. And then even the last thing they did, they were literally just playing a game on the Vive. Like they had a Vive and it was just a Vive in a room and they were playing a game on it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little strange, but I guess I think those exist, or at least existed pre-pandemic here as well, where like you could go in and try all these different types of VR headsets and stuff. And so
I mean,
I don't know.
Like I get what you're saying, but I think it's just along the lines of like an internet cafe, or like no, sorry, not an internet cafe,
like an arcade,
like a LAN center. You know?
Right.
Because maybe I want to experience VR, but I don't want to fucking spend $400 on a VR headset,
right?
And then you use it once, and then be like, all right, never mind.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing they did, which I had the lamest game, was they did like a 4-person co-op shooter.
Yeah.
Where they were all in a room together. But what I liked about that is that they actually had like physical guns, they had backpacks, and everything was wireless.
Right.
So, for that game, specifically, like the game itself, looking at the graphics and stuff, it looked like shit. It looked like dog shit.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it would probably have been the most fun thing you could have done. I mean, like all of the like VR experiences and stuff are pretty fun, and I liked when they did the Vive where they had to like walk out onto a plank, like rather than letting Lino get away with going like, nope, I'm done, I'm all done, I'm not walking on this plank anymore. He had like the guy who worked there had one of the other members grab him and drag him to make him fall off the building.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. And I don't know. I feel like I might be mad about it if I was like, I give up, and they were like, drag him off. like that's kind of counter to what I was asking. Is the customer okay? But I thought it was funny to watch it happen to Minho. So there you go. So that was fun. And they mostly just like poked and prodded at each other to surprise each other when they were blindfolded by the VR.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty good. But I don't know. I feel like the arcade episode in the survival show was, I don't know, better. Maybe because they weren't in VR and they weren't like trapped under headsets and stuff. Like they still had like projection games where they had to like use their bodies and stuff. But those were fun. Like it was fun to see them play those. I don't know.
Right.
So yeah. 'Twas good.
Yeah.
'Twas good.
One thing that I thought about like during the it was in the beginning in episode 2 when one of them had to get a sticker put and they put it on his nose.
Yeah.
They're very delicate. Like anytime they like interact with each other, they're typically like very delicate with how they do things. Like whereas like if I had to put a sticker on you, I would like mash that shit on. You know, like
you either like smash it right on there or just like open hand, put it like a big one of the big heart stickers, open hand, and just slap right across the cheek.
Right.
Like yeah, no, that's true. And they're very gentle with one another, and that's true all the time. Like they're just very kind to each other.
Well, I was thinking, I mean, yeah, that's probably what it is, but also like I imagine it's also probably because like they need their faces intact. The goods. Right, yeah. Like you're interacting with a product when you do that, and so you have to like be gentle with it.
Yeah, for sure. That's true, because I mean a lot of the money that they're gonna make is from modeling,
right?
And
their faces need to look good for that
and stuff. Yeah.
Yep,
they sure do. So and hey, their faces look great.
Yeah,
they look so good.
So
it's great, and I like it. And yeah, those were the episodes. So next episode, we will be watching the rest of season 4 of the 9th, and once that is over, the very next thing we do is go into the next album. So it's literally one episode and then a new album. So I hope that you're enjoying I Am You, because it's about to change.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I just thought of something, and
yes,
I don't know. It's not too late to bring it up, but have you? I know that we have received one email. Have we received any others?
We only received the one email.
Okay, all right.
And I agree. I was like thinking like, should we bring it up?
Yeah.
Should we bring it up?
Well, I just wanted to say, so. I don't know how much we want to talk about it, but I just wanted to say to the person that wrote in, we read your email, and we also addressed your email with said individual, and that information, I guess, is not ready to be publicized. So thank you.
I guess not. I appreciate the email. I thought it was very nice, and they can. I hope that everybody's happy and not upset about anything. I don't know,
So yeah, they nailed it in the email where they were like, yeah, pause for shock or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, because what?
Yeah.
I still know nothing.
Yeah. It's fine. Like, people are entitled to their privacy, as it is.
Nope.
But without giving too much away, I feel like we're all friends. Like,
just tell us. Just tell us the truth already.
Just tell us everything.
Yeah,
it's fine.
But maybe we'll talk about that on another episode once we have more information. If it's something that we're allowed to talk about, it has nothing to do with Stray Kids, so like it doesn't really matter.
I don't know
for this show.
if we will tell any personal details of this viewer who wrote in, but I feel like it would be nice if we could actually read some portion of it and depersonalize it, so it doesn't give a lot away or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like it was really nice, and I'd like to give credit to the person who wrote it. I think that it was a very nice email, and I really appreciated them listening through all the episodes and enjoying that.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good, and I was hoping that as we brought it up, that it would go over really well and everyone would be good. So and I hope it did. I hope it did. We're just not privy to all the information. So maybe we'll find out for the next episode. And if you're listening now, and you're not the listener who wrote in, and you would like to write in, you can reach us at our email, which is I'llMakeAStayPod@gmail.com, or on Twitter at MakeAStayPod on Twitter. Or I don't know. I don't have another or. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Or you can reach me directly on Discord. My username is TXTom #0001.
There you go. He's the first.
Yeah.
First of his name.
Because I have Nitro. Boy. Is
that because you have Nitro?
Yeah.
Mm.
Otherwise, you'd get a random. Like, what's yours? Yours is 30394. I'm sure you're the only one with that name, but like,
I see what you mean.
They gave you a random one, you know?
I understand. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for listening, everybody, and we will continue again next week.
Whoa. Hold on. We can't
I was trying to outro us.
Yeah. No, we can't outro yet. We got to plug.
Oh, okay. Plug all the things. Go ahead.
Most of you, I don't know. Most of you are probably here for the Stray Kids content.
Oh, I see. What you're plugging.
I think some of you, though, maybe a majority, I don't know, are here for the banter. It's hard to gauge because, as we just noted, only one person. Not that I'm upset that person emailed.
Not to
Thank
shame
you.
the rest of you who have not emailed
or that. But we did pose this situation for the last episode, right? That like if you like the banter, let us know. Say something. Maybe we should take the silence of all other listeners as no, cut that banter shit out. I'm here for Stray Kids.
Hard disagree. I think we take the silence as like what I would do.
CBF.
As a human. My human instinct is often like, oh hey, I like the podcast Dungeons and Daddies, and I follow a lot of the people from that podcast on Twitter, and I'll see their tweet and I'll be like, that's good, maybe I'll reply, and I'll write a reply, and then I go delete, I'm not sending that. And then that's how I interact with them, by not interacting with them. So my personal take on it is that if they're not emailing, or they are emailing, unless they directly email and be like, no, I don't like the banter, just give me the Stray Kids, then I will probably not listen to that either.
Right.
So either way, I'm not changing anything, but it's fun to talk about, and I'd like to talk to you. So let me know.
Yeah. The reason that I'm throwing out my Discord, and I've done it in previous episodes and it hasn't changed, right? Is so that like, if you want to engage with me, feel free. Like I'm not a busy guy, I don't think. Now, let's plug, right? If you like the banter, then you will potentially also like this other podcast that we've been working on. And I think I have to go in and manually put it on the other platforms.
Well, go do it.
But right now, it is available on Spotify. If you search "There's a Sequel," you should find we have one episode available. Episode 1 is The Net. This is a podcast where that I'm trying to work on, and Phil and our other friends, JR and Ben, have been on the first episode, and now we're currently in the process of making the second episode, where we're gonna find movies that have terrible sequels and talk about, the original film. We'll kind of cover like a little bit about the original film and like what kind of led to it having a sequel and why that sequel exists, and then shit all over it because it's bad and it shouldn't exist. So if you're interested in movies and us interacting with our other friends, check it out. It's good, and we'll have the second episode posted hopefully in the next few days. And then it's not yet available on other platforms. So if you have Spotify, you can listen to it, but I will work on getting it on those other platforms. So check it out.
Cool beans. Yeah, start with Apple first, because a lot of other platforms will take their RSS from Apple.
Yeah, like Overcast.
like Overcast, which I use for
Yeah.
all of my podcast needs. Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Step out. Are we ready to? Are you ready to?
Yeah. I guess you can do the
This is
outro
done?
now. Yeah.
Let's do- All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you again.
Wait, I
next
have one more
week.
thing to say.
Whoa,
No,
no!
I'm kidding.
Fuck, Jesus Christ! I'm gonna burn all my Chung Bean cards.
No.
I would never do that. I would never do that.
Yeah, you
He's a
better
sweet
not.
boy, and I love his plushie. So,
Mhm.
anyway, goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.